she ignored your effort for weeks. Then the moment you stopped texting first, she came back warmer, curious, and suddenly available. But is she genuinely interested, or simply reacting to losing your attention? The next few signs will reveal the difference, because the answer is not hidden in how intensely she returns. It is revealed in what she consistently does next. A woman reaching out again can mean many things. She may genuinely miss the connection. She may have reflected on how she treated you. She may be lonely, curious, or simply checking whether you are still available. None of those possibilities make her a bad person. But they do not all lead to the same kind of relationship. The mistake is assuming that renewed contact means renewed commitment. A message proves that she thought about you. It does not prove that she is ready to treat you differently. When a man is still emotionally attached, he often fills in the missing meaning himself. He sees one warm text and imagines a second chance. Then he rushes back into the same role, initiating everything, carrying every conversation, and ignoring uncertainty because he fears she may disappear again. That fear is trying to control something you cannot control, her intention. You can only watch what she does, communicate what you need, and decide what you will accept. So how do you know whether her interest is real? Start with the way she returns. Real interest usually carries some direction. She does not need a perfect speech, but she gives you more than a vague signal. She tells you why she contacted you, brings up what happened, or makes it clear that she wants to see you. Compare two messages. The first says, "Hey stranger." The second says, "I've been thinking about how things ended. Would you be open to getting coffee this week?" Both reopen contact. Only one takes an emotional risk and creates a clear next step. Do not punish a vague message with silence, and do not reward it with hours of attention. Reply calmly, then move toward clarity. You might say, "It's good to hear from you. If you want to catch up, I'm free Thursday evening." You are not chasing. You are not playing hard to get. You are giving her a fair opportunity to show what she wants. Clarity deserves attention. Ambiguity deserves observation. But a clear return can still come from a temporary emotion. The next sign is whether her interest survives after the first conversation. Watch for consistency. Consistency does not mean constant messaging. People have work, family, stress, and different communication styles. It means her behavior remains reasonably steady. She does not become intensely affectionate for one night. Receive reassurance that you still care, and then vanish again. Men often confuse intensity with sincerity. A long phone call can feel meaningful. A late-night confession can feel intimate. But the better questions come afterward. Does she contact you on ordinary days? Does she keep the plan she suggested? If something changes, does she communicate? Does her warmth continue after she knows the door is still open? Imagine she calls and says she has missed you. The conversation is honest and emotional. Do not decide that everything has changed. Enjoy the moment. Then let the following days reveal whether it was the beginning of a new pattern or only a strong emotion. Do not judge the future by one emotional moment. Judge the pattern. Consistency tells you her interest lasts, but real interest also changes the balance of effort. She begins to invest. She starts some conversations. She asks real questions about your life. She proposes a time to meet. If she cancels, she helps find another time. Suppose you planned to meet on Friday, but work forces her to cancel. "Sorry, maybe another time," leaves the connection in your hands. "I'm sorry, Friday no longer works. I'm free Sunday afternoon or Tuesday evening. Would either work for you?" Shows that she still intends to see you. The difference is not perfection. It is participation. Compliments, flirting, and quick replies may feel exciting, but time, initiative, and follow-through are stronger evidence. A common mistake is becoming so relieved by her return that you resume doing all the work. You plan every date, restart every conversation, and solve every gap. Then nothing has changed. You have only restored the old arrangement. Respond to effort with effort. Do not demand that she prove herself. Just stop carrying a connection that requires two people. And effort is still not enough if neither of you can face what went wrong. A meaningful return includes some accountability. She may acknowledge that she became distant. She may recognize that unclear communication left you confused. She may explain what happened without pretending it had no effect on you. For example, she might say, "I know I pulled away without telling you what was going on. That left you guessing, and it wasn't fair." You do not need to turn that conversation into a trial. You also do not need to say, "It's fine," when it was not. A grounded response could be, "I appreciate you acknowledging that. Consistent communication would matter to me if we tried again." An apology does not guarantee change. Listen to her words, then see whether her behavior supports them. An apology describes awareness. Changed behavior demonstrates character. The final sign is how she responds to your boundaries. Maybe you no longer want an undefined situation. Maybe you are not available for late-night calls followed by days of silence. Maybe you want to move slowly because trust needs time. A boundary is not replying 3 hours late because she replied 2 hours late. It is not pretending to be busy or forcing her to earn your attention through tests. A boundary is a clear statement about the kind of connection you are willing to enter. You could say, "I'd like to see you, but I'm not interested in returning to something inconsistent. Let's make an actual plan for this weekend." She does not have to agree with every standard. But if her interest is sincere, she can discuss it without mocking you, pressuring you, or disappearing the moment easy access is gone. And if she leaves because your reasonable standard does not work for her, that answer is useful too. A boundary is not designed to control her choice. It clarifies yours. When emotions are involved, use the word clear. C means calm your first reaction. Do not answer from excitement, anger, or the need to prove that you have moved on. Take enough time to become steady, then respond naturally. Your first emotion is information. It does not have to become your first action. L means look for patterns. One message can restart contact. Only a pattern can rebuild trust. Look for clarity, consistency, mutual effort, accountability, and respect for boundaries. E means express your standard. Keep it simple. I'm open to reconnecting, but I'm looking for something consistent and mutual. A means allow time. Do not immediately restore the level of access and investment that existed before. This is not punishment. It is allowing trust to grow at the same speed as the evidence. R means release the outcome. She may show up consistently. She may return to the same pattern. Or both of you may realize the connection no longer fits. You control the standard you set. You do not control whether she is willing or able to meet it. And this leads to the difficult part. A woman can come back, genuinely care about you, and still be unable to build the relationship you want. She may miss you and still not want commitment. She may regret losing the connection and still lack the consistency you need. That does not make her dishonest. And it does not mean you failed. Self-respect is not a strategy for making her return. It is what allows you to accept the truth when she does, or when she does not. Acceptance is not giving up because you are afraid. It is seeing the situation without bargaining with it. Her return opens a possibility. It does not create an obligation. Look for clear intention. Watch the pattern. Require mutual effort. Notice accountability. Protect reasonable boundaries. You do not need to punish her for leaving, and you do not need to reward her simply for returning. Watch what she does. State what you require. Then accept what reality shows you. You do not need to control her interest. You need to control your standards. When someone comes back, what do you trust more? Their words or their consistency? Leave your answer in the comments. Subscribe to Beyond Attraction, psychology for dating advice for men built on self-respect, emotional discipline, and clarity, not manipulation. But what if she returns, makes an effort, and then that effort starts dropping again? How do you respond without panicking, over-explaining, or chasing her back into the connection? The next video will show you how to respond when her effort declines while keeping your communication clear and your self-respect intact. Watch when her effort drops. Do this without chasing her on your screen.